Tina Walsh here. If I'm being honest, the birth and the increase and rise in social media availability for everyone has given rise to many experts in a huge variety of sectors. It doesn't matter if you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp, everyone appears to have an opinion on all sorts of different topics. And sadly, for a lot of people that are looking for clarity on any subject, including property sourcing, that means that sometimes the advice that's given, if not completely wrong, is in part at least wrong and poor advice to the person who's receiving it. These responses sadly mean that the person who's looking for clarity on a topic, and we're talking here about property sourcing and compliance, just simply get confused. They get a myriad of different responses, all different from each other, complete opposites, and don't know which way to turn. And so confusion then leads to frustration. Today's myth that we're busting is this: if you don't handle cash, you don't have to register with HMRC for anti-money laundering. Sadly, the fact is that the advice out there that you can co-source illegally is completely wrong. And if you do that and you are caught, the last sourcing agent that I have seen that was actually caught by HMRC for doing that was fined £1,700 for the privilege. Now, most sourcing agents, if you don't have the money to be compliant, you won't have the fine. So please, don't necessarily trust me. Research this for yourself. Insurance and registrations will only cover the person that is named in them, or if it's a limited company, the company directors and shareholders, or anyone directly employed by that company. It will not cover you as a co-sourcer to work with them. The only way that you can co-source and expand the deals that you do is if both sourcing agents are fully compliant. It makes absolutely no difference that you don't handle cash, you don't take a reservation fee or any cash up front, or that the solicitor handles that process for you. It is not a prerequisite of having to register for money laundering that you handle cash at all. And neither is it down to the size of your sourcing fee or the level of property valuation that you're dealing with. So, if you're a property sourcer, deal packager, if you carry out estate agency work, you must register with HMRC for anti-money laundering. It is a legal requirement. And recently a sourcing company was fined £6,300 for not having registered and not knowing what they're doing. Another sourcing agent was fined £1,700 for thinking that they could co-source without being compliant and without registering. You see, HMRC are clever, and when you register for money laundering, if your company has been set up for some period of time, they do due diligence on you, and they will check how long your company has been set up and the gap between the setup date and when you register for money laundering, and they take it that you are trading. So if you don't want a fine, you don't want HMRC to send you a letter issuing you with a fine, if you don't want to end up potentially where you have to close your sourcing business, then please understand that you have to register for money laundering supervision, and you have to understand exactly how to meet national minimum standards as they're currently set.